Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. I am Prabhu and today we are diving deep into one of the most powerful concept in trading, support and resistance. But wait, before we start, let me ask you this. Have you ever bought at the top just to see the price crash immediately or sold too early thinking the price would drop but it shoot up instead? Yeah? I have been there too. And let me tell you, it's not fun. That's why understanding support and resistance is crucial. It's like knowing where the invisible walls of the markets are. But here is the thing, most traders use them wrong. And today I will show you how to find real support and resistance zones, how to avoid fake levels that lead to bad trades, and how big players use them to trap retail traders. So you can avoid it. But before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe if you want more trading content. Alright, let's start with a little story because trust me, once you hear this, you will never forget support and resistance again. Imagine you are in a room with a low ceiling and a bouncy floor. Now, let's say you take a basketball and throw it up. Boom! It hits the ceiling and comes back down. And you throw it again. Boom! It bounces back down every time. That ceiling, that's resistance. If a price it's it's a price it is a price level where sellers step in and push the price down every time it reaches there. Now let's talk about the flow. If you drop the basketball, it hits the floor and bounces back up again and again. That flow, that is support. It's a price level where buyers step in and push the price back up. So now you understand the basic idea of support and resistance. But here is where it gets tricky. What if the ceiling suddenly breaks and the basketball flies through? What if the floor collapses and the ball drops through? That's where traders get trapped. Big players manipulate these levels to trick retail traders. And in the next section, I will show you exactly how to find the real ones, not the fake ones that lead to bad trades. Alright, now that you understand the concepts, it's time to learn how to find these key levels the right way. Most traders just draw random horizontal lines and think, oh, price touched this level twice, so it's support. Wrong. There is a better way, and I will show you in this video. So make sure you stick around and keep watching. Let's move to the next part, how to identify real support and resistance levels. Traders, now that you understand the concepts of support and resistance, it's time to find the real ones, not those random lines that some traders draw just because price touched their ones. Let me ask you, have you ever placed a trade at what you thought was a strong support or resistance, only to watch price blast through it like it didn't exist? Yeah, that's because not all levels are equal. So in this part, I will show you how to identify strong zones that actually work. But before that, here is a quick secret most traders don't know. Support and resistance are not just lines, they are zones. Yes, zones, not just a single price point. And if you don't know how to find these zones correctly, you are going to get stopped out again and again. So let's fix that. Look for multiple, but not too many. A strong support or resistance zone is not a single price, it's an area where price has reacted multiple times. Think of it this way: if bounces from a level once, and it might be random. If it bounces twice, it's interesting. If it bounces three or more times, now we are talking. But there is a catch. If a level is tested too many times, it becomes weaker, not stronger. Let's go let's go back to our floor and ceiling analogy. Imagine you jump on the same spot on the floor over and over. What happens? Eventually it breaks. That's exactly what happens in the market. Example, if a price hits a resistance levels 3 to 4 times, there is a good chance it might break. If price touches a support level too many times, it weakens and price could drop. So what's the takeaway? Look for areas where price bounces 2 to 3 times, not 10 times. If a level is tested too much, be careful. It might be it might break soon. Use higher time frames to find strong levels. Now here is something that will change the way you trade forever. The best support and resistance zones come from higher time frame. Let's be honest, most retail traders only look at the 5 minute or 15-minute chart. Big mistake. Why? Because smart money operates on bigger time frames. So here is rule of thumb. If a level is visible on 1 hour or 4 hour or daily chart, it's a strong. If it's only visible on 5 minute chart, it's weak. Think about it. What do you think moves the market? Retail traders looking at 5 minute chart, or big banks or institutions using daily and weekly levels? Yeah, that's why we focus on higher time frames first. Look for strong rejection. Step 3. Look for strong rejections. Wicks and engulfing candles. Alright, now let's talk about how to confirm a real zone. A strong support or resistance will usually have long wicks showing strong rejection, engulfing candles signaling a reversal, sharp movements away from the zone. Let me show you how this works. If price touches a zone and quickly reverses with a strong candle, that's a real level. If price slowly grins through a level, it's weak and might not hold. If you see big wicks and strong levels at a level, that's where institutions are stepping in. Step 4. Now let's talk about the number one way traders get trapped: fake breakouts. This is where most traders lose money and where big players profit. Here is how it works: price breaks above resistance, retail traders jump in long, price suddenly reverses and crashes, retail traders panic and sell. Who takes their money? Smart money. This happens at support level 2. Price breaks below support and traders sell, and then price jumps back. So, how do you avoid this? Wait for confirmation. Don't jump in on the first break, and look for retest. If price comes back to test the level, it's stronger. Use candlesticks signals. If the breakout has weak candles, it might be a fake. Alright, now you are starting to see how the game is played. Now that you know how to find real support and resistance zones, the next question is, how do you actually trade them? Should you buy or sell at these levels? How do you set stop losses and targets? That's exactly what we'll cover in this video.